In this video, I'm going to explain some of the tools and tricks for using Publisher to make the bulletin. So I've already grabbed some content that I would like to include in this week's bulletin, and then I'll just show you a few of the tools that I use regularly to help me adjust some of the content. So one of the tools that I like to use is actually featured down here in the bottom right corner. You see this 60% tells me the zoom level. I can use this zoom bar or the plus and minus signs to just kind of zoom in. So if I want to make this bigger without actually making the font size different, I just want to see it a little clearer, I can zoom in on anything here. In this text box, I have information about the saint of the week. This is going to go in this column. Unless Father Kevin would like me to publish something else. I like to start by just checking that this box is actually the right size, and that happens to be just the right size so that when I move it later I don't have to worry about adjusting the size again. If I would like to change the font size for just the text and not the headings, I can highlight it all. You can do the font size in a couple of different ways. This 10 tells me that this is size 10. I can choose a different number. I could type in the number and enter. Or I could use the increase font size or decrease font size by clicking on these up and down arrows. When I'm highlighted the text, I can also right click, and there's a quick features button here if I wanted to make this all bold print or center it. It gives me some options here as well. One of the things I do want to do to this text is remove the hyphenation. So I have this text highlighted. Right now I do not have the hyphenation button in this toolbar. To change this toolbar, I'm just going to go up to the top and select text box because I want other tools related specifically to this text box. Now at the beginning I have a button that says hyphenation. When I select this, I'm going to uncheck the box to automatically hyphenate the story and hit OK. Now it removes any hyphenated words at the end of the line and moves them to the next line. I can adjust if I'd like things in italics or underlined by using the tools up here as well. I might also want to include this picture with this text, so I will use my, just adjust this picture a little bit. Now I see these red dots all around this text box. That means there's part of the story that's been cut off. If I want to see that part of the story that's been cut off, I can click on these three dots, drop that extra text, and I know I'm missing about 2 sentences in this box, so I'm going to have to make that box a little bit bigger. So now it's down here at the bottom, see what happens. Alright, so now I have all of the words, I have the picture included in this text box, and later I'm going to want to move both of these at the same time. So I'm going to click on, let's see, move that just a little bit. I'm going to click on the white space outside of this text box and just kind of click and drag, highlight both of those items. So now I've got the text box and the image selected. I'm going to go up to the top where it says group and click on this button. Now if I want to move something, it automatically moves both things together without me having to move the text box and the picture. If you get an item that's already grouped and you want to adjust, maybe make the picture smaller without making the text box smaller, I can always go up to the top and hit ungroup, and then I'll be able to adjust each individually. Another feature that I want to talk about in this video is the tables. So for the weekday mass schedule, I have this table. This is automatically going to show up on every bulletin. But sometimes there might be an extra mass, let's say on a Wednesday, and I don't have a line for that yet. What I'm going to do is going to right-click in this box, and now I have options to insert in my table. I'd like to insert a row below. I can do that twice. I insert row below. And now I have 2 extra rows in case there's going to be a Wednesday mass and it might be 7:30. My word Wednesday is not lined up with the rest of the days in the week, so I'm just going to click in this box, go up to the top and align it to the left. If that mass is at St. Mary's, I might just copy and paste the other headings. And then I'll have space here for my mass intention. Let's say this mass, you've added boxes, but you'd like to remove those boxes. Can delete these by going to the same thing, right-click, delete row, and right-click, delete row. You can do them at the same time if you highlight them both. If I'd like to make this table bigger, just kind of stretch it out for space. I'm going to highlight all of the boxes and then use this bottom line, and I'm going to stretch out all of the boxes evenly. If, undo that, if I don't highlight it before and I'm trying to stretch out these boxes, without highlighting it, I just make that bottom row bigger. So if you're having trouble adjusting the boxes and you want them all to move or not all to move, that might be the key, is highlight what you would like to make bigger or smaller. I can also, if I find that I have too much space, I'm going to use just a little bit of extra space here, I can highlight all of these boxes and then use my increase font size, and it will make all of the font sizes bigger by 1. This is different than just changing the number because not all of these are the same font size right now. For example, where you might type in the mass intention versus the headings, those are different font size. So if I want them all to just go up a little bit, I can highlight everything, increase font size, or I can bring it back down, decrease font size. Lastly, if I wanted a brand new table and had some other information that I would like to include, I can go over here to Table, and I will ask me to insert a table. It's going to ask you how many boxes you want in your table. So maybe I want 3 across and 4 going down. I'll include a 3x4 table and adjust this to be the right size that I want it. Make my columns and rows however big I'd like them to be. Then if there are tables, let's say I want all of these to be together in one box instead of having 3 separate column headings, I can go up to the top. Now I have table design and layout because I've selected this table. Layout will give me some options. Here's my hyphenation button again for tables. It'll also give me the button to merge cells. So if I click that, now I have 1 box instead of 3 at the top. This will also let me decide where in the box I would like those. So if I would like the words in this box to be in that upper left corner, I can leave it just as is. And then this will tell me maybe I want the words to be in the middle of the box and centered. So I can click on that instead and it will move it so it's automatically lined up. And I think that is mostly what you would need. for working with tables, text boxes, and images.